This is Sean with Gate City Foundation Drainage. We are back out here at the apartment complex we've been working at. And right over here, where we did this concrete, because this unit was flooding, what is going on is when it rains and the rain happens to hit right there, it goes in. And so the maintenance guy confirmed that with a garden hose. So we're gonna do some more concrete across here. And also we want to cut this down, get rid of these shrubs a little bit. So what's going on, let me show you and take a look. What's going on here is this is built way up right here, and so we're going to cut this down so that it slides away. To pull out these shrubs, I brought over the mini bobcat, and I also brought over the beak. And the beak works really well for digging in and pulling up shrubs, and it's also got that grapple on it, so you can grab them and shake them and stack them in the truck. And that's another reason that you want to get that bobcat for a mini skid, because it's got the bobcat style attachment, and all of your full-size attachment can fit on that little machine. So we're just getting started out here, getting these shrubs out of the way. I recently bought this 2000 F650 dump truck, and I'm working on a video where I buy that and do a little bit of work to it. But right now we're using it on this job. That's good. Now pop it in neutral and pull out. Yep. That's it.
Cut it out. And then see that sting like that.
I've been using the beak quite a bit on my mini bobcat, and this is a beak for a full-size machine, so it does take away a little bit of the lifting capacity. And they do make a beak for this mini bobcat specifically for it. And so I may talk to the company about getting one of those, just because I do use it for so many different things on this mini bobcat, and it's so useful. But here I'm just switching over to the bucket, and I'm going to start cutting down the grade. This little machine barely loaded this truck. And I would have, if these cars weren't here, I would have pulled the truck up closer to the curb. So that would have given me a few more inches. But just like fitting through a gate, sometimes all you need with this little machine is barely. So look at that. While I was getting all this grade cut out and getting the truck loaded up with all the brush, the guys have been over here forming up and getting everything ready for the concrete pour. So we're just getting this thing compacted and graded out how we want it. With that, we're finished with the mini skid, and so I'm just getting it out of the way and getting these attachments. So I just like to hook up the beak and then use the beak to grab the bucket and then load it up.
Go ahead.
The concrete's on the way. We've got our brush strapped down. We got the mini Bobcat loaded, strapped down. So I'm gonna get this thing out of the way for the concrete truck. All right, the concrete just arrived. Easy pouring. Hey, you ready?
I'm ready, baby. Pass. Mira, ahorita yo le escucho aquí. Sí, le voy a hacer aquí. Para meterle la sal.
They left the first batch kind of dry so it would form up easier. And now he just ran some more water in there and mixed it up. So the rest of it should be a little bit wetter. Hey, make sure you pound on the form boards.
Yeah.
Make it look good.
I gotta push it in so before I go.
Originally, I thought we were going to have to mix this concrete since we are quite a ways from the concrete company and this was a really small amount. But I talked to the plant owner and they were willing to send me this small amount of concrete. It was about 45 minutes at least by car. And so luckily that saved us a ton of labor. So shout out to Massey Ready Mix for delivering this tiny load out to us. He just got cleaned up over here, and he's trying to give himself some more space here. We got everything poured out, concrete got cleaned up, and he is now heading on down the way. I'm back out here. It's a few days later, and I'm going to get this residual concrete cleaned up, and I brought in a little bit of dirt to see if I can feather some of this out. So that's what I'm working on today, and pull the forms also. We are finished with this job. So take a look. Where that water was getting in, we now have an impermeable concrete slab right there. It's falling away from the foundation, and it's acting as an impenetrable barrier for water, so the water is now going to shed. We also took out all this high area and those shrubs. These 5 pine trees right here are slated to come out of here, I think next week. Look at this one. It's just leaning right over the building. It's hard to see. But once they get that out of there, then they'll refresh this whole area with probably new pine needles. So that should be done hopefully before I get back out here to see this thing in the rain. So we'll see how it does when it rains. I'm back out here. It's been a few weeks, and they called me back and said that this apartment flooded again. I guess it was yesterday. So I'm checking this out. So you can see the dry line here, which is what I always want to see, but take a look at what's going on. There's like a bare spot right here and a bunch of vegetation. These are male pine cones, is what these are. And so and look at them all up on the windowsill. So this is consistent with something splashing right here. So if you take a look up here, you can also see that there's a bunch of those pine cones on the face of that gutter. So it looks like that gutter overflowed pretty big time and splashed down right here, is what it looks like to me. So this is already a really, really low sensitive area, so that's where we've got our pipes in place. This area can't handle all that water landing right here. So I'm going to recommend that they get the gutter checked out. If I had my drone over here, I would check it out for them, but I don't. How's it going?
Good. Tell me about yourself, my friend.
Good.
Good.
Let's take a look. It looks to me like the gutter overflowed.
Yeah, that does. I mean, if you look at the edges there with the stuff. But what, did we get another call that it was leaking again?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. This number 8.
When they called, do you know? Because I haven't been to the office yet.
I am back out here. It's been probably a few weeks, I guess. And I'm checking on this concrete. So check out this dry line. That's what we're looking for when we go with concrete solutions here. It hasn't been raining a whole lot, but it's still coming down pretty good. So I was over here not too long ago. They said this apartment flooded again, and so this gutter right here is clogged up. So they're supposed to be fixing that for me. And again, these pipes aren't going to work if the gutters aren't working. So you can see there's a little bit of water coming through here. But that's not enough water coming through there. So I can see some debris sticking up right about there-ish. I brought the drone, but I guess the drone doesn't fly in the rain, does it? I'm back out here to take a look at this and see if they got these gutters cleaned out. So it doesn't look like it. So I've got the drone with me now, and I'm gonna go up there and see how it looks. Having the gutters working is critical for my pipes to work. So the gutters are collecting the water off the roof, the downspouts are sending it into the pipe, and then the pipe is carrying the water away. So here, this is what I was expecting. The gutters are clogged up with those male pine cones, and getting those pine trees taken out of there will go a long way to keeping those gutters clean. But they need to get these cleaned out for this system that we installed and the solution we installed to work properly. And I know they're thinking about getting, or in the works, and getting new gutters on all these buildings. So this may just be one of those deals where they're just waiting until the gutters get replaced instead of trying to climb up there and get those cleaned out. But either way, we know what the problem is, and it should be a fairly easy solution. And it only happens when it rains really, really hard. So there haven't been any other problems since I talked to them last. Okay, as you can see, the gutters are still really, really clogged up. So this thing is definitely not going to work the way it's supposed to with the gutters clogged like that.